Hello children, this is Betty Kurula. I welcome you all for today's chemistry class, and this class is for class 6. Now students, in the last classes we have seen 2 chapters, that is the separation of substances and fiber to fabric. Today I am going to teach the 3rd chapter in chemistry, that is sorting materials into groups. Sorting materials into groups, that is the 3rd chapter. Now what do you mean by this sorting? Simply it is grouping or classification. We can group the things or classify things into different groups, and that can be done on the basis of many things. It can be the size, shape, color and some other properties. So, if you are having the book, you take out chapter 5, sorting materials. In the beginning itself, you can see some examples are given. There, the first one is arrange the given things into groups. The groups are made accordingly, that is which are edible and non-edible. So, in these 2 groups you have to classify them. And the things given are apple, coin, bangle, butter, pencil, honey. I will write down the examples here. Apple, then coin, next is bangle, butter, and the next one pencil and honey. So these are the items given. You have to group these as edible and non-edible. Edible means that can be eaten, and the second is non-edible, that cannot be eaten. So see the things which are given here. Apple, coin, bangle, butter, pencil, honey. You can group them into 2 groups, edible and non-edible. Now which are edible things here? Edible means, as I told you, that can be eaten. See here, the first example is apple, that which comes here, apple. Then coin, it is, we cannot eat it, so it will go here, non-edible. Then next is bangle, that is also here. Butter, it is edible, that will be written in this side. Then pencil, non-edible, so it is here. Then honey, it is edible, so it will be written in this way. So you can make different groups in this way. So this type of making groups, we can say that is sorting, or in other words we can say that is classification. Now suppose you go to a shop to purchase something. Suppose you ask the shopkeeper to give me a soap or a brush or like that. See, the shopkeeper will immediately give you the thing because he knows where it is kept. So in shops we can see that things are arranged accordingly. The same things or the similar things are kept at one place. This you can see in malls. We go to malls to purchase the things. We can see different things, but you will directly go to that place where it is kept. So in this way we can collect the things very easily. So the next comes, what is the need of grouping? What is the use of grouping? क्यों करते हैं? क्यों ज़रूरत है? See, the grouping makes our work convenient. वो हम लोग को बहुत सुविधा देते हैं, बहुत जल्दी हम सीधे उस जगह पर लाके हम लोग उसको निकाल सकते हैं. And in this way it will save our time. So it is for our convenience and to save us our time. And second, it also saves us energy. Suppose there sometimes we can see some shops where the things are thrown here and there. So the shopkeeper he has to sort it out. He has to आप उसको खोजना पड़ता है कहाँ पर रखे हैं, तो उसमें उसको टाइम भी जाता है, उसका एनर्जी लेस हो जाता है. But if the things are arranged properly, he can easily find it out, and within seconds he can give the things to you. So these are the two need we are seeing. One is for our convenience and save us energy. Second is to save the time. And the third is, see, it is not necessary that everyone should know about all the things. Suppose if the things are arranged in a group or classification is done, you can know the properties of those things. आप उसको बिना बताए भी आप समझ सकते हैं कि उसका क्या यूज है. Suppose it is we know that different kinds of soaps are there, different brands are there. सब लोग सबके बारे में जानकारी होना कोई ज़रूरी नहीं है. अगर सब एक साथ रखें तो आप भी समझ सकते हैं कि हाँ इसका भी यूज़ यही है. तो इसी तरह the classification will help us to know about or to understand about the properties. So because of this, grouping is necessary. First of all, it is convenient for us and that saves us energy. Then it saves our time, and the third is it will help us to know the property of the things. Now the next is, in the same way, suppose you go to the library to take a book, to get any book. The librarian will easily give you the book within seconds. He or she knows where the books are kept. See, in library we can see the books are arranged. Sometimes it can be in class wise, or sometimes it can be subject wise. So that will help that person to find that particular book very easily. Now next is properties of materials for grouping. Properties of materials for grouping. The process of classification of object is done the basis of their similarities and differences in the properties. As I told you, on the basis of their properties and similarities, the things are arranged. The properties may vary depending on the nature of classification. How will you group fruits kept mixed in a basket? Suppose you are given a basket full of fruits. How will you arrange them? You know that we will keep the things separately. Suppose apples are there, एक जगह apple रख दिया, oranges are there, उसको अलग रख दिए. So that we done on the basis of their color, shape and size. So first you see that classification is done on the basis of their color, shape and size. Second things, it is also done on the basis of the materials with which they are made. Another example. Like around things around us, if you see, there are many things which are made of wood, things which are made of metal, things which are made of paper, things which are made of clothes, etc. etc. So many things are there, and there we classify the things on the basis of the materials with which it is made. Examples are books and newspapers are made of paper, doors and furniture are made of wood, kitchen utensils and bathroom taps are made of metal, dresses and bedsheets are made of clothes. So that is another property of materials. First we have seen according to the size, shape or color. Second, on the basis of the things with which it is made. Now, a material can be used to make many objects. I am going to clear this one. A material can be used to make many objects. For example, a wood is a material. The previous classes also we have seen what we mean by material. The matter of which an object is made is called a material. See, if you take the example of wood, wood can be used for making furniture, then windows, doors. There are many other things with bags, okay, boxes, etc. So many things can be made of wood. So the same material is used for making different things. In the same way, if you take the example of plastic, plastic can be used for making, there are many things, utensils are there, tables you can make, desk, bench, etc. etc. So many things can be made of plastic. So the same material can be used to make different things. In the same way, Many things can be made with the same material. As we are seeing, many things can be made with the same material. Like this, different things can be, the same objects can be made of different material. Same objects can be made of different materials. Like table. So you take the example of table. Table can be made of wood, it can be made of iron, it can be made of plastic, etc. So in this way, we can make things from the same material, or different things can be made of different materials also. So all these are about the properties of materials and the importance of classification. Why do we need classify things? Yeah, why do we need for what is the use of sorting? How will it help us? So materials around us different properties such as roughness, luster, hardness, transparency, then solubility, flotation, attraction towards magnet, conduction of heat and electricity. So all these are some other properties: hardness, softness, heaviness, lightness, solubility, insolubility, attraction towards magnet, then conduction of heat and electricity. So on the basis of this also the things can be classified or separated. So these are things we will study in details in the next class. So thank you so much.